Hey Wonder Girls! So today we are going to talk about how to deal with stress. I know a lot of us have stress in our lives and we may experience different types of stress. So we're just going to kind of go over some things that we can do when we're feeling stressed out today. So the first thing that we are going to do is you're going to grab your Wonder Girls journal. I saw all of you decorate it and it looks so awesome. So go ahead and grab that journal and your pens and you're going to answer a question for me. So my question for you that you're going to write in your journal is, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not stressed at all, and 10 being the most stressed out you've ever been, how stressed are you right now? Again, that's 1 through 10, 1 being not stressed at all, 10 being the most stressed out you've ever been. How stressed are you right now? And also, I want you to write down some things that are stressing you out also. Awesome. Good job, guys. So next thing we're going to do to start this lesson is we are going to do a breathing activity. Now, breathing activities can be really helpful when you're feeling stressed out. So it is called the 5-finger activity, okay? So what you guys are going to do is you are going to get your hand up like this, okay? You're going to get your index finger from your other hand, and you're going to trace your hand with that finger. But every time you go up a finger, you're going to breathe in. At the top of each finger, you're going to hold your breath for 2 seconds, and then down each finger, you're going to exhale. Also, in between your fingers, you're going to hold your breath for 2 seconds too, okay? So it's going to go inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Let's do it together. Ready? Here we go. Inhale, hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Okay, good job. So next thing we're going to do is to go over some coping strategies, aka things you do when you get stressed out, okay? So right now in your journal, I want you to write down 5 things that you typically do when you get stressed out. Don't think about if they're good or bad, just write down 5 different things that you do when you get stressed out. Great. Awesome. Good job, y'all. Okay, so let's talk about it. Sometimes when we get stressed out, the things that we do aren't always positive. So if you wrote some things down on your things that you do when you get stressed out, and they're not positive, that's okay. We just need to realize that those probably aren't beneficial for us and try to work on some coping strategies that are more beneficial and good for us. So let's talk about some negative ones. Maybe when you get stressed out, you stop talking to everybody. Or maybe when you get stressed out, you take it out on somebody in your family or a friend, right? You start being angry towards them, even though you're not mad at them, but you're just so stressed. So your anger is being taken out on them. And again, that's okay if you wrote down some of those negative things, but we have to realize that those aren't really working for us, and we have to try to think of some more positive ways to deal with our stress. So one positive way you can deal with your stress is using a stress ball. So this week with Amy, you are going to do a craft with your materials that you have in your Wonder Girls bag, and you're going to create a stress ball. I love this activity, and I love those stress balls. So that is such a great thing to do and to use when you're feeling stressed out. But let's talk about some other things you can do when you are feeling stressed out. So for me personally, when I'm feeling stressed out or just not right or a little upset, some things that I like to do is read a book. And when I say read a book, I know some people might be like, I don't like to read, but it doesn't have to be a book that's for school or something. It can be a book on something that you like to do or just any book that you want. And also, for me, I know personally I can't really sit down for a long period of time and read a book because I get distracted. So even if you sit down for like 10 minutes and just read a book, that can really help you. Also, just getting outside and going for a walk can also be so helpful when you're feeling stressed out or anxious. Also doing yoga, like the video that you did last week here on Flipgrid with Nicole. Doing yoga can be so good for your stress because like you saw in the video, a lot of it was just like breathing, being sure that you're breathing while moving your body. So that is really, really useful when you're feeling stressed out. Another thing that you can do is those breathing exercises, like the 5-finger activity we did at the beginning of this video. So that activity is great to do. Feel free to use that whenever you're feeling angry or stressed or worried. That 5-finger activity is so useful. And go ahead and share that information with everybody in your household. That is an activity that adults and young kids can do. Also, if you're looking for other breathing activities like that just really focus on your breath and trying to relax you, you can Google breathing activities and you'll find so many activities on there. Also, there is a worksheet in your Wonder Girls bag for week 2 that goes over some coping strategies. It has some on the left that are more negative and some on the right that are more positive. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at that worksheet and see which one of those that you do. Do you do more of the positive ones or do you do more of the negative ones? And again, that's okay. No one is in the wrong here. We're just trying to figure ourselves out a little bit more. Also, in that bag, you have your worksheet titled Feelings, Too Much or Too Little. Now, that worksheet is such a great activity because if you just fill that out, which you'll do after this video, it just kind of gives you some more information about how you're feeling and maybe about why you are stressed out the way that you are. It just helps you understand yourself a little bit more. Okay, guys, thank you for learning about stress, ways to manage it, some positive ways to go about it. This is so important. You know, remember, we all experience stress and that's okay. But we really have to find some positive ways to go about our stress. So give me a video reply here in Flipgrid. Let me know what your coping strategies are or if you have any other suggestions on what to do when you're feeling stressed out. All right, Wonder Girls, thank you so much. Have a good week.